You ready? 3, 2, 1. Welcome. All right, so it's been many, many years.
Yes.
Many
long,
years.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was when I lived back in Elgin, where we used to shoot these little videos here. So with everything going on today with the coronavirus and the what do you want to call it? The pandemic.
Correct.
You'll get to, if you don't know Linda, most of you know who Linda is. If you don't know who Linda, you're about to find out who Linda is. So I'm going to say just carry it away and help identify and understand a little clarity
Correct.
with what's going on. So
I think that's really important. You know, I mean, right now, with all the information that we're getting, we get a lot of what's going on, but I think the challenge is that people don't understand what is a virus and how is it different than a bacteria. So that's what I'd like to do today. I feel really lucky because I've got conventional training from nursing school at Loyola, and then I stepped out of the box and said, okay, well, what else is out there? So I have the complementary medicine along with my conventional training. So I have the thinkingness of understanding the science, and then I also respect nature and its ability to provide support to our bodies.
So great topic. So today, difference between bacteria, between a virus and bacteria?
Yes, yeah.
See? And what? We got props here, so.
Yes, we do, and thank you to my son Peter for these props. This was a long time ago for him too. Walked into a little store and found these little fuzzy things, and they were just fun.
Cool.
But I think it helps to understand the difference. We basically have viruses and bacteria. So I have a couple of bacterias right here. This is a strep chain, all right? Streps, they're kind of like little balls that kind of like attach together. When we were growing up, there were necklaces we could make where we could kind of put these little things together. So strep chain, staphylococcus is like a grape cluster. These are bacterias. And bacterias, basically all of life is about what? Eating and reproduction. You gotta make more. Well, what's unique about bacteria is that they can do the dirty deed anywhere they want, basically. All right, they don't have to be very specific. They can do it out in the open, they can do it on the golf course, they can do it inside your body, anywhere.
Okay, that's bacteria.
And reproduce, that's bacteria. And with antibiotics, so this is basically penicillin.
All right.
And what penicillin does basically is it would antibiotics specifically target a bacteria. All right, so this is penicillin. It's going to go after the strep, all right? And what it will do is it will find the strep bug and it will puncture it full of holes, and then this guy's going to explode, all right? And so the white cells now, they're going to say, okay, here's a bug. When this bug is in the body, what ends up happening, the white cells start to kill them off, and there's things released into the bloodstream, and when that blood gets to your brain, the brain says, oh wow, you know what, we're mounting an attack. Let me help you out. It will raise your temperature, because a higher temperature will slow these guys down, and unfortunately I don't have my white cell, but it speeds the white cells up.
Okay.
So it helps them out.
That makes sense.
So it will puncture full of holes, this will split up, then the white cells are like, okay, things are under control, right? You just got to do a cleanup, basically. Now, viruses are completely different. A virus, and this is kind of like what a virus looks like. The coronavirus right now, we know has got the spikes on the outside, all right? So bacteria can reproduce anywhere. A virus needs to get inside the cell, and it has to get into the DNA structure of that cell. So it becomes a part of that DNA structure, and then when that cell reproduces, it reproduces the virus. Okay, now here's the challenge. Bacteria can be found by the white cells. The virus is inside the cell, but what it has to do when it goes into the cell, it leaves a marker on that cell wall, but it's very hard for the immune system to see it. All right, you can find it, but it's very hard. And there's different parts of our immune system that fight the different bugs. So we have different kinds of white cells.
So a virus can, in essence, hide inside ourselves.
Yes.
Versus a bacteria, where
Correct.
the body knows it,
Yeah.
and then fever, right?
Right.
slow down that bacteria, attack that bacteria, versus what a virus is.
Perfect.
Okay, very
Yeah.
interesting.
So it's hiding.
Okay.
All right. So the key is going to be that you have to make sure that you've got the strongest immune system possible. All right. So you have different kinds of white cells. Now, the big white cells, we call them macrophages. Eat. All right. The big eaters. Like if you look at your blood live, you'll see them moving.
Right.
And they will envelope and then eat them and break them down. Now it's fascinating. They'll take the skeleton from that bacteria, put it on their tails, and as they're going through the blood, they're going to the body saying, we know you're here and we're coming to get you. All right? Now, viruses, basically, they're attacked by what we call lymphocytes. Those are our T cells. All right? We got the NK cells, the B cells. All right? So what we have to do is strengthen that immune system. And you do that, number one, by watching the foods that you eat. Because anything that comes into the body that is garbage, your white cells have to clean up.
Okay.
So do you want your white cells cleaning up bacteria and viruses, or do you want them cleaning up food?
Okay.
All right? So the biggest challenges are going to be your simple carbohydrates, your simple starches, and always respect the fact that if you have too much sugar, remember I said the macrophages, they move. Too much sugar, because you need some, because that's energy,
Right.
but too much will surround that white cell, and in 30 minutes he stops moving. So there could be a bacteria right here, all right, and he can't do anything. It takes him 5 hours to get out of that shell.
That's what happens when there's too much sugar in our system,
Correct.
an overload of sugar. So it slows
Correct.
down the immune system.
response,
So
yes.
more importantly than anything right now is, because we're in a world of uncertainty with what's going on
Right.
here, is
Mhm.
what can we do individually,
Correct.
right? Which
Yes.
is just strengthen our immune system.
Yes.
Focus, right? That focus on what we can do personally, and so that's key for
Right.
all of us. More importantly than anything else.
Right, exactly. You know, I mean, it's about being proactive, right? It's like getting the information and saying, okay, this is what I'm going to do for me. Now, viruses love what we call an acid environment. So what ends up happening is a lot of times, like, you'll be fine during the day, and then in the evening you start to get symptoms. That's a classic virus thing.
Okay.
Okay, so they love an acid environment, so you want to alkalize the body.
Yeah.
So you do that with your vegetables.
Yeah.
All
So
right,
this is
your
basic
greens.
nutrition then. Just,
Yeah, right. It's common sense. Put the stuff in that your body can use.
Right.
All right, so that will alkalize. Something as simple as water with some lemon juice squeezed into it. Half a lemon, squeeze it in there.
Not
Even though
not
lemon.
my coffee then, right? Just to say.
Yes. Well, we'll talk about that later.
All right.
But the lemon, it will bring in vitamin C, which is extremely important. What's interesting is if you have a virus, the pH of your urine will actually be alkaline, because the body likes to balance things out. So if the body is acid, it tries to balance things out. Something as simple as high doses of vitamin C will acidify the urine, and you'll start to feel better. Vitamin C is extremely important right now.
Okay. So
Okay.
simple. Extra vitamin C,
Mhm.
lemon in our water.
Yeah.
These are
Exactly.
two easy.
Vegetables.
Right. Okay.
Right? Okay? And here's probably the most important thing: stress. When you get stressed out, think about it. Your body feels like it's being chased by a bear. So the body says, okay, we need all the energy going to the brain and the muscles. We gotta think fast, act fast. So it says, all right, well then I gotta take all the energy and put it there. I gotta take it away from something. So the body says, well, I don't care if you're digesting your peanut butter and jelly sandwich and you got the sniffles. We gotta get away from the bear.
All right.
All right? So what are long-term things in the body? Digestion and the immune system.
Okay.
When you get stressed out, you release cortisol. Cortisol suppresses the part of your immune system that fights infections. So the most important thing is right now, because of all the information coming out, we have to get educated, number one, which we're trying to do. All right, and just breathe. It's the easiest thing to do. Your biggest challenge is it's too easy. Right?
Oh,
How
I
can
see
it
that,
work?
yeah. The basics.
Okay? So you've got thousands of thoughts per second in your brain. If you put a number into your brain has to turn everything off. So what you do is you breathe and you count slowly as you breathe. So just in your mind, you know, you inhale, and as you inhale, you're going, inhale, 2, 3, 4, and then you can hold for a count of 4, you can exhale for a count of 4, and hold for a count of 4. That's called square breathing. That reduces cortisol levels, and it increases oxygen. Very simple.
How, 2 times a day, 3 times a day? I mean, obviously,
Whenever, I
yeah.
honestly right now, stop at a light.
Yeah.
You know, standing in a line someplace, at the grocery store, all right? And it just, like I said, the biggest challenge is doing it.
Yeah.
Because it's too easy. How could it possibly? But it's a technique, it's called square breathing, and it's been shown to make incredible changes physically within the body. Very simple things to do, and I tell everybody, don't be afraid, be informed.
That's a good point. All right, so there's our takeaway from today. I like this. We get to meet here at 7 in the morning. So, again, just some basic principles that you're teaching us with regards to that is alkalize the body, right? Lemon water would be great. Vitamin C is really critical here. And then most importantly is just, lower the stress level in the body, because actually what happens is that actually increases the cortisol, which then slows the whole immune system down. Man,
A+.
man, I'm getting this down. So
Very
cool.
good.
Well, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. We'll be doing this regularly here, especially with the topic of this coronavirus here. So if you feel free to comment, there you go, Linda. We'll see you on the next one.